Boom, 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 chickadee chanka, lads and lasses. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a cheeky little evening transfer rundown for you. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me this evening. Let me give this a refresh actually to see who's in here. Yeah, nice one, it's working. Tony Martial, what's going on? Tony Marshall. Rose Bond, what's crack-a-lacking? Ellie's in his house. Kayam, what's going on, Kayam? Gungshi's in the gaff, what's going on, Gungers? Fozzie Ozzy, hello to you. Scoojo One, hello to you. Adovitz, Palmerius, Jim Joe Bobley, well, hello there. Adam Maloney, Ryan Burberspin, 9, son. Yes, lad. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me then. So let's get into the transfer news of the evening. Do us a favour, thank you for waiting here by the way as I got going here. Do us a favour, smash that like button if you have not done so already. Chuck a cheeky little like on it. And let's get into the news of the night then. Okay then, so it's being quite widely reported, lads and lasses, tonight that Manchester United are in for Alex Telles. Of course, Porto left back, Brazilian player. I think he's only played once for the national side, but look, a player that has been in and around the conversations of, you know, some of the best left backs around Europe for a little while because of his work that he's been doing over at Porto. He's obviously a player that Manchester United are sort of looking at right now. We've been talking about it over the last few days about how Alex Telles is slightly more leverage for Manchester United to be associated with in order to get maybe a deal done with Reguilon for a buyback clause and all that sort of stuff. But the fact of the matter is United do not want to buy this player Reguilon with a buyback clause in there. And so, if the deal cannot be done, if we're not prepared to develop another player for another football team and gain him for a short period and have him play for us, then we have to look at other options, because as much as I like Brandon Williams, he's not really a proper ready-made backup yet for Luke Shaw. Plus, you know, I like a left-footed left back, and I do think that this guy maybe just might fit the bill, lads and lasses. But in terms of realism and how it's going, we're going to get into why this is possible and what's sort of happening in terms of the deal. So we're obviously due to play Aston Villa in a free pre-season friendly in a few days' time. So before the Premier League starts, we would like to get some players in before then, wouldn't we? I would imagine that Ole Gunnar would be absolutely itching to get a few players in through the door before that actually happens. So he's got that game to work with the team. He's got that game to just instill a little bit of tactics and the system into the team and what we're trying to actually do. He's only going to be able to do that if we sign the players in the next few days. So let's be honest now, lads and lasses, this is going to be a pretty heavy period, I think, for Manchester United now. That sounded messed up, didn't it? A pretty heavy period. That's not what I meant. I meant this is going to be a pretty mental period for Manchester. They're all mental. A pretty mental period for Manchester United, though. The next few days where we are hopefully going to be signing a couple of players. So let's get into it then. So there's a few other teams that were being linked with Alex Telles. Alex Telles is obviously a Porto left back. I think he's 27 years of age. I mean, let me just get some of his information up here. So he's played for Porto 192 times in his career for them, and he scored 24 goals, which for a left back, I mean, doesn't even sound right, does it? It doesn't even really sound right that he would score 24 goals in 192 games. It's certainly a lot better than picking Luke Shaw in terms of goal scoring rate anyway. And then 55 assists. That's one that sticks out to me because that is quite a significant amount of assists from left back, playing for FC Porto. Now, FC Porto are one of the best teams in Portugal, of course. The Portuguese league is not as strong or as deep as the Premier League. And the opposition that Alex Telles is coming up against week in, week out, I'm sure is nowhere near the standard that he would face week in, week out in the Premier League. But what I do like about Alex Telles is he's more experienced. He's older, obviously he's 27. He has been playing at a top club like Porto. We all know that you can have a look at a different league and you can say maybe this player will not adapt to this footballing culture over here. Maybe they're too much of a melter for the Premier League. Maybe they can't handle the pace, can't handle the tempo, all this business people like to say. And so sometimes that's true. But I mean, look at Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes was absolutely ripping it up in the Portuguese league. We signed him. What does he do? He goes and absolutely rips it up in the Premier League as well. So look, just because you're doing it in one league doesn't mean you can't do it in another. So I think I think Alex Telles is a good player that we should be looking at. If the Reguilon deal is not going to happen, if that falls down because United have melted and are not prepared to make a deal with a future buyback clause for Real Madrid, which I think they should, so we can get him in here because he looks like a good damn player, 23 years of old age, getting better. transfer. But no, if that doesn't happen, if Manchester United bottle it over the next couple of days, then somebody like Alex Telles would be absolutely ready-made to come in and do the business for us. Absolutely. Would you rather have Telles in the side or not come the start of the season? Of course you would, if Reguilon's not available. So, you know, there's some basis, some links happening here with Manchester United and Porto getting a deal done here for Alex Telles. The news is that he's been offered to Manchester United. So he's understood to be offered to a couple of other clubs as well. But also Manchester United are leading the race at the moment in terms of Alex Telles. That is what's being reported, lads and lasses. I wanted to just bring it up, talk about it, because he's on cheap wages. This is the thing as well. He's not on a big amount of money, Alex Telles. And that is another factor. We're shopping around in the bargain basement, as I've said all the time. And Alex Telles fits the bill because he's a left-footed defender, you know, left-footed left-back. And he's not on a lot of money, lads and lasses. He's really not on a lot of money. So I do think that it would be a good acquisition for Manchester United in this transfer window if we cannot get Reguilon. Either or, really, for me. I'm not too bothered. I mean, I've seen more of Reguilon because of the games that we watched this season for Sevilla. You know, we obviously watched some in the Europa League in the build-up. We watched that Wolves game. We watched the United game. We watched a couple other little bits here and there. So we've seen him a few times, and I've always been impressed with Sergio Reguilon. So he, to me, still seems like somebody that fits the bill. Plus, you never know if Manchester United can just stump up the bottle and get the deal done by paying a little bit more money to get that buyback clause completely scuppered out the contract, then you never know. Reguilon might just be a Manchester United player come the end of the window anyway, and this Alex Telles deal may just prove to be what I said it could be, which is just PR propaganda in order to try and drive through a transfer between Manchester United and Real Madrid for Sergio Reguilon on a permanent deal for more money, but not too much more money in the eyes of Manchester United. So we'll see what's going on here. We always have these links, guys. You know, there's all this Sancho to and throwing going on, and all these different players that are linked with the club from for Manchester United. It's a large part of it is, of course, to try and cause a little bit of unrest in the opposition camp and think that you're gonna sell him. But let me know what you guys think about this one, then, lads and lasses. So Alex Telles, Porto left back. Get your thoughts and opinions in the comments section about Alex Telles. I would love to hear from you on what you guys think in regards to Telles potentially being offered to Manchester United. Is that a player that you would be interested in signing? Please do us a favour and smash us a 1 in the live chat if you think Alex Telles is a great option for Manchester United this season, or smash a 2 in the live chat if you think it should be Sergio Reguilon who Manchester United pursue in this transfer window. So 1 for Telles, 2 for Reguilon. Let's have a cheeky little vote. Matty Pap comments 1. Collins Achiri comments 1. Carlos Nod comments 1. Ryan Burbsman 9 comments 1. Aaron Homeyard, Palmerius, Scoojo 1 all comment 2. Lee Matthews and Leonardo Di Stefano all comment 1. So do you know what? I'm seeing like Alex, hey, how you doing? The Rinconator. Alan Spence as well. I don't know. Look, I think most people here actually are voting for Alex Telles. So maybe you guys have seen a little bit more of Alex Telles throughout his career for me. Like I said, he's not really in the national side for Brazil. As far as I'm aware, I think he's only played once for the national team last year. So he's been in and around the mix the last couple of seasons. But of course, you have to remember that Brazil have got Marcelo, and they've just got a lot of great players in that sort of area. So it's no disgrace to Alexander Telles. Plus, he's coming to the best part of his career now at 27 years of age. So that is a pretty significant time period for a player. You know, 27 to 32. If you've got a player throughout their career at that time, that should be the peak period of their career. So to be getting a peak Alex Telles at Manchester United to help out, like I say, he's not going to dislodge Luke Shaw necessarily. It's more about the different options that he'll provide to the team. It's more about the fact that Luke Shaw's an injury melt. It's more about the fact that we can rotate it. We can change a different formation. We can play Luke Shaw left centre-back. We can play Telles on the left wing-back position. We can do all these different things if you've got a multitude of left-backs. And you never know, Brandon Williams, maybe he could still be used as a left back. Maybe he could be used as a right back. It would make a lot of sense if he was used all over the place to deputise for the likes of Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. In my opinion, he is right-footed, right? So it makes a lot of sense to have him playing right back as well. We've seen him playing left back more so out of necessity, and the fact that Manchester United side is just too damn weak in depth, man. Oh my days! It's awful. But anyway, thank you so much to everyone that's tuning in. Hit that like button, lads and lasses. Smash a thumbs up on this video if you have not done so already. That would be sick. Really appreciate everyone who does that. And everybody else, thank you so much for joining me. Kayam says, jog on market deal is almost in place. Look, we don't know if a deal is almost in place for this guy. Look, Alex Telles, it seems like he has been offered to Manchester United, but this is really, there was speculation the other day. There was also speculation talking about Wolves. It was believed a couple of days ago that our representatives have gone over to Portugal to try and get some terms agreed and things like that with the player's agent and all this business. There was also some talk that the agent had come over to Manchester United, into Manchester or to England to talk to a few different football clubs as well, including Wolverhampton Wanderers and Manchester United, lads and lasses. So where do you guys see this one finishing up then? What do you think is going to happen in regards to Alex Telles coming to United? Do you think it's going to be Case? Do you think it's going to be Reguilon? My gut feeling still is Sergio Reguilon, but let's see what happens in the next couple of days, because, as I say, there is an issue with the clause in the contract there. Cresswell says Shaw won't be sold, so he will be used. I completely agree with you, Cresswell, saying like he's definitely going to play. Luke Shaw has been a really good player for us this last season, actually. Like, he's been pretty consistent. For him, for his standards, it's one of his best seasons that he's had. I think most of the seasons that Luke Shaw have had at Manchester United throughout his career have been pretty gash-tastically disappointing, lads and lasses. But actually, this last season, I think he's really benefited from Ollie coming in, and he actually was pretty damn consistent throughout the season. He still had some injury issues. He still had too many late nights, and he looked a little bit ropey sometimes towards the end of the games, and has conditioning issues. But if we got somebody else in there to help him, it's only really going to give him more competition. It's also going to give him more cover when we do have to play a different player in a different game. United should have quality and depth in all positions. Look at Manchester City signing these players as well still, and they've got wing-backs galore. We should have wing-backs galore too. This is the modern day and age of football, lads and us. If United want to be challenging at the top table, the pantheon of the greats in the Premier League, you better believe we better pull our freaking fingers out and sign some players in this freaking transfer window, lads and lasses. So don't even accept second-rate mediocrity from United this season. Let's just get the players in. Gungshi says, I had a bad back injury in my mid-20s, had treatment for it. Oh dear, Gungshi, I hope you... Oh, crikey, I hope you're feeling okay, matey, tonight. Yes, I echo exactly what Ellie said there. Gungshi, one of the legends of the channel. Stick a heart emoji in the live chat for Gungers. Oh, yeah. Newt Lehaug comments as well with a super chat. Thank you so much for that, Newt Lehaug. He comments, Sancho is coming. Don't have any sources, just high hopes. Weekend is also coming. That I have sources on. I like what you've done there, my friend. I enjoy that. Thank you very much, Mr. Lehaug, you absolute nutter. Appreciate you stopping by and getting in here with that. I mean, look, Sancho, just to answer you super chat there, mate. Sancho obviously is a player that United should be looking to line up now. But you're right, there is no sources right now. Manchester United, at this moment in time, are expecting a deal. I'm not going to talk about Sancho tonight. I'm sick and freaking tired of talking about Sancho tonight. We might talk a little bit about Sancho, but realistically, it's not that... Nothing's concrete. We haven't sent the official bid yet. We're expecting some sort of movement in the next 24, 36 hours where Manchester United will table a bid. But at this moment in time, it's all still just talk, my friends. Let's see if the club's got the bottle to go and do it, and if Eddie Woodward's got the cojones to go and get the deal negotiated and done. Let's actually see if that happens. But Nut Lehaug, I hope you're right, mate. I really, really do. Thank you so much to everybody that's you know, getting in here with your comments and your votes and stuff like that. Oh, no, Football with Brownie. I suggest you go and get a clean change of pants there, my friend. That sounds nasty. Michael Fletcher says, let's be honest, we all got more sources than sources. I see what you did there. Our man says, do you think Reguilon and a new centre-back are coming? I do. This is my belief on the situation. I think that Sergio Reguilon is quite advanced in terms of talks with Manchester United. It was being reported a couple of days ago that we had agreed personal terms with Sergio Reguilon, and all that was actually being the hold-up of the transfer was that initial fee with Real Madrid, and being able to agree to have a clause in the contract whereby they would get him back in a few seasons' time if they so wanted to come in and get him back at that time. They got Marcelo there, they got Mendy there, they want to develop this player, they want him to go to another team. The thing is, Manchester United don't like doing that, so Sevilla, though, they've got no qualms with doing that. Sevilla will take him on another season-long loan. He will get good experience at Sevilla. He will get game time. He will play. He will get opportunities to win things like they did last season when they won the Europa League. So that's no bad thing for Reguilon either. This is the thing. United have to make it an attractive proposition to Real Madrid in order to get him. This Alex Telles link is also, there also is some merit to this now, but at the same time, it could just be leverage for Manchester United to try and get that deal done for a little bit more money for Real Madrid for the permanent transfer of Reguilon without a clause in the contract, lads and lasses. What do you guys think then? Get in there and let me know who you think Manchester United are going to sign out of Reguilon and Telles. So yes, lads and lasses, there's that bit of news for you. Alexander Telles, apparently we're leading the race, but look, we haven't reached an agreement with Porto. There's nothing to say that we've had an agreement in place. It's being reported around about 30 million euros. But to be perfectly honest with you, it all really depends on the other situation with Reguilon. We know we're talking with Reguilon. We know we're having discussions there. So it just depends really on what happens there and if Manchester United are prepared to get Sergio. Thing is with Alex Telles, he's not on a lot of money, he's more experienced. So in one way, it kind of makes sense in the short term to get him, especially if the other player that you get, and even though he's younger, might have to go back to the football club in a couple of years. Sally comments, we should sign Telles, he would bench Shaw. Well, I would love it if somebody came in and benched Luke Shaw, to be fair. He's benched himself half the time, though, to be honest with you, Sally. But I hear you, man. Yeah, Luke Shaw, he's good, but he's not great. He's been a little bit lacklustre over his whole general Manchester United career. He's had some issues here and there himself, of course, injury issues and all these sorts of things. But he's never reached that upper echelon player that we all were hoping that he was going to be. He's never really done that. He's not that defensively sound, and he's not that great going forward. So how can he possibly do that? Victor Peterson comments, what do you think about the third kit? I think it's an absolute abomination to zebras, my friend. Who did they get to design that, honestly? Stevie Wonder? It's a shocker. Nick M says, thoughts on the United's women team signing 2 USWNC stars? When will the men's team show some ambition for FSEG? This is the thing, mate. The women's team are doing it. That's great. We should have a women's team capable of challenging and making big strides to be doing the same thing as the men's team as well. We signed a couple of youth players in this window as well. That's all absolutely fantastic for United. But how about the other team, the main team, the first team, Manchester United? How about actually improving us out there in the first team? So I think you're right. It's just quite ridiculous. Batman Nightfan says, I like Williams on left back. I do too, but he's still not quite developed enough to really hold that mantle and hold that second place there for Luke Shaw, I don't think. Plus, if you could get somebody in who's ultimately maybe better than Luke Shaw, that would just give you great depth and qualities in that position all of a sudden, wouldn't it? So I am feeling either of these players. We just need to get a left back, guys. Like, we don't need a left back. Like, the other positions in the team are way more serious to improve, but a left back would be brilliant in this window, because as we've mentioned before, Luke Shaw's all over the gaff, my friend, in terms of fitness. Hey, no worries, Gungshi. He says, thank you for the kind comments and wishes, all you legends. The Bacon Brigade and the Pig always help cheer me up. Great to hear it, Gungshi. Thank you so much. I hope you do feel better, matey. Yeah, just rest up, get involved with the BB, mate. And thank you so much for getting in here as well, Gungas. You're a top lad. Aylar Norville comments, new diss tracks incoming this season, absolute class. I don't know about that one, mate. We'll have to have a little cheeky look into that one. JP, what's going on with you, brother? How are you doing? Jonathan Gallagher as well says, Pig, we need more signings. What we have isn't good enough. Oh my days, we need a few more signings than what we've got now, don't we? I mean, I think we could probably do with 3 more signings in this window. We got Donny van der Beek, that's great, but come on now, where's the bottle and bollocks from United in this window? I want to see a little bit of scrote bag from our owners. I want to see a little bit of scrote from Eddie Woodward here. Not literally, of course. But I mean in terms of bottle and bollocks. I want to see some actual fire in them, in their bellies, this window, to go and get some players. There's no good excuse for not doing it. They're just sat around playing, I don't know, battleships or whatnot across the internet at the moment, across the bloody channel. It's ridiculous. What they should actually be doing is pulling their fingers out those pies and trying to gather a few players up. Try and get a few soldiers here for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this season, because he's got his work cut out for him going up against the other teams that are strengthening the other big teams that are still many points ahead of us in terms of where they finished in the league. And I know that the last half of the season for Manchester United was way better than the first half. But can you really expect us to replicate that pure form that we showed over the second half of the season, going into the new season, when we haven't really added much quality to the side at all? Come on, guys, this is poor. This is shit. This is a gash window. I'm sick of this window already. I want it to be over, but you know what's even more gash about this freaking window? It's going on until October the 4th, my friends. October the 4th, which we'll probably need every single bloody day because our owners are absolutely useless at getting players in. Woody's useless. So we will probably need every single day, and we'll probably drag out this whole thing for another couple of weeks, my friends. But really what we need to do is get everybody in for that preparation for that game for Aston Villa when we can have that pre-season friendly against them, and then play in the first game of the season against Crystal Palace. If you do not have Jadon Sancho and a centre-back and a left-back in before that game, then it's an absolute travesty, my friends. And they have not planned properly for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They've not given Solskjaer the tools. Look, he's understood to be pretty pissed off and disheartened with what's been going on in this transfer window. And I don't blame him one little bit, because this is a joke at the moment, what's happening. Get your thoughts and opinions in, guys. I mean, smash a 1 in the chat if you think the Glazers are complete shitbags. Don Piglioni says, Pig, what do you have against Shaw? He's our second best defender. Well, really? You really think he's a better defender than Harry Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka? I don't know about that. I mean, I think he had a pretty decent season, though. But I'll tell you what I have against Luke Shaw. This is what I have against Luke Shaw. He's a lazy bastard. Okay, maybe he's not actually. He's been pretty good recently. But, look, over the years, he's not really been up to the standard of the job, I don't think. I mean, there's been too many situations where he's left us lacking, whether it's because he's just put in too many ropey performances. People are just judging him on this last year. Go back a couple of seasons. He was pretty freaking awful for us. I mean, Jose Mourinho used to stand on the sidelines and shout instructions at him because he didn't know what to do. So that's what Jose used to say anyway. I think that's a little bit harsh, because Jose used to literally call him stupid. He actually said he's stupid. He's a stupid footballer, basically. So I think that was a little bit unnecessary. But the reason I don't think he's all that good is because I don't see him being great at any individual or any one thing. He's a good all-round player. He's a good player. He's a good squad player. It's like, come on, he's not a Patrice Evra standard player. You know, he's not an Ashley Cole standard player or a Roberto Carlos standard player or anywhere near those type of players or Dennis Irwin or any of these guys. Like proper left backs. He's not even anywhere near those standards, I'm afraid, lads and lasses. He is 25, and he probably will get a little bit better, but it's not like he's going to turn into bloody Roberto Maldini overnight, is it? He's gonna get maybe a bit better, a bit more experienced. Who knows, you know, if his body's going to hold up into his 30s, but I still expect for the next 5 years he will be an excellent player. But I just don't think he's ever going to be upper echelon like the players we just mentioned. And I think United, if we're being honest now, we should be looking for that calibre of player. We should be looking for the next Patrice Evra. Why don't United have Patrice Evra and Rio and Vidic and these calibre players anymore? It's because we've bought poorly over the years, I suppose, and we've just never plugged those holes that we've had in the squad there. Really quite disappointed in the windows we've had over the years, because when we have spent money, we've ended up spending quite a lot on a lot of players that just are no bloody good for us or don't do too much in the side. So it is pretty calamitous, lads and lasses. Thank you, Ryan Burberspin9. He says, smash that like button. Yes, if you're tuning in right now and you haven't hit that like button yet, please do leave a cheeky little thumbs up rating on the video. That will help us out tremendously. And get your thoughts and comments in the comment section as we go along. We're just doing a transfer show rundown. We do this every single evening, usually around sometime between 9 and 10, but tonight we started at 10:15 or 10:20, whenever it was. So slight variation there. And we also do an afternoon show, lads and lasses. Thank you to somebody who just subscribed there. I did miss it though, but shout out to you, matey. Really appreciate that. Okay then, so what's your thoughts and opinions on all of that? Get it in there. Okay, let's get into it then. Macho Man says Kante. Sam Diamond says Kante. Oh my God, let's have a little chat about this Kante business then. What a load of old shit. That's how I feel about the N'Golo Kante link and the situation and the talk about Manchester United signing N'Golo Kante this season. What a load of old shit that is. In all honesty, I mean, if you believe the rags such as the Mirror and the Sun and these sorts of absolute detritus. Sam Diamond, shout out to you for subscribing. Shout out to Firebrains for subscribing. If you believe these absolute shithouse rags, then fair enough to you. But let's be honest now, N'Golo Kante, I think there's more chance of him becoming the next Pope than joining for Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? I think it's an absolute travesty of a link. Frank Lampard, in my opinion, should be eating his lunch through a straw if he even considers selling N'Golo and Kante to Premier League rivals, top 4 contender rivals, Manchester United in this window. Lampard deserves a slap, and I'm not even a Chelsea fan. That's how preposterous a move that would be to let Kante, one of the most destructive forces in defensive midfield football in the world, go to one of your rivals who are challenging for top 4. I mean, they would absolutely have to shit the bed on that one. And look, stranger things have happened, I suppose. I mean, look, we got Juan Mata from Chelsea, but it was a different scenario, really. Jose had come in, obviously, it was a surplus to requirement situation. Do you really think N'Golo Kante is surplus to requirements at Chelsea right now? I mean, oh my bloody lord. No, he's not. He's one of the best players in his position in the world, in my opinion. And I think United should absolutely be interested in getting him. But come on, guys. If you think N'Golo Kante is going to come to Manchester United and end up at United, then you've shat the bed on that one, I think. Because Chelsea would rather sell him abroad. They'd rather sell him elsewhere. They'd rather sell him to whoever it may be, Atletico Madrid, your PSGs, Real, Juventus, whoever, rather than let him go to a Premier League rival, especially a Premier League rival that finished one place ahead of them last season and who really could do with a proper destructive defensive midfielder. Do you think Frank Lampard and Chelsea are just going to let Manchester United have that piece of the puzzle? I don't see it happening at all. So I just wanted to get it in there and say that there's some speculation and talk about N'Golo Kante being linked with Manchester United. I truly believe, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I truly hope I'm wrong, because I'd love N'Golo Kante at United for a few seasons. I really hope I'm wrong. But I think it's just absolute horseshit, lads and lasses. There's no way N'Golo Kante's coming to United. There's no way Lampard and Chelsea would let him go to a rival like United as opposed to going abroad. And if he was available, if they did want to sell him, you best believe there'd be a whole host of clubs around Europe who would be interested in taking him on for big money. So don't even think that they would consider selling him to Manchester United. The only way that would happen is if Manchester United paid an extortionate amount of money in order to get him, which is not our style at the moment, really. And if we are going to sign Sancho, that's going to be for an extortionate amount of money for 120 million. So where's this Sancho deal where's this Kante deal coming from? It's absolute freaking guff. I mean, it's absolute guff, mate. Who believes this shit? N'Golo Kante, oh my god. But anyway, I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it, but it's not going to happen, is it? Hey, Benjamin Aaron, how you doing? Jim Joe Bobby says, when Fab says, here we go, will you be doing a live reaction? I mean, look, we'll see what goes on. We'll have to check all our other sources as well, but Fab's definitely a good one. Ruddy Can't Games is just stopping by. Good luck with the stream. Thank you so much, Ruddy Can't Game, you absolute legend. Appreciate that, matey. Smash a thumbs up on the video, everybody, if you're getting in here, and get your thoughts in the comments. I'll read as many out as we can. We'll just cover a bunch of different subjects, and then we'll get into it. Cameron Levels, what's going on, bro? He says, think United's going to suck this season. Only happy if we win against Paul and City. Okay, well, I mean, those are obviously massive games for us. I think we should be judging our performance over the season on the other games, of course. Like, those are the games we need to be winning. Last season, we actually did well against the big teams, but it was against the lesser teams that we were really let down, where we did not break them down and we did not create enough and didn't play a good enough football. Madaluman Gibber, how you doing there, Mr. Gibber? He says, hi, Piggy. Hi to you too as well. Don Piglioni says Kante is always injured. Well, there's that factor as well. Like, if he's on big money, and you're talking, I think, 260 a week, 290 a week, somewhere around there, Manchester United would probably have to pay him. To get somebody who may be injured, somebody who... It's just not going to happen anyway, guys. There's no way Chelsea are going to let him come to us. Why would they sell him to Manchester United when they could have sent him abroad? I mean, seriously. Is there anybody in the live chat that thinks he's going to come to Manchester United? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that N'Golo Kante is going to come to United this window. And smash any other number or any other emoji or any other BS in the live chat if you think it's absolute BS. Let me know if you think it's absolute shit. Thank you, Ruddy Can't Game, for smashing the like. Seaborn Glacier says, what about Kante rumours, mate? What about them? They're just absolute garbage, aren't they? I mean, look, there's twos being smashed in the live chat here. There's a 69, dude. There's all sorts of stuff being BS from Cress Welsing. It's absolute horseshit, isn't it? Yeah, KM says Kante is injured too much anyway. There you go. It's not the right look player for Manchester United right now. We've been going on about it. We would love a player like Kante at Manchester United. I think the best player that United could go and get would be Wilfred Ndidi in that situation. We talked about him in that position for United and how good he could be, and the fact that he's been doing it over at Leicester, and he replaced Kante at Leicester, in fact, and basically they just took over from where they left off. He's an absolute machine. 23, getting better, but United's not prepared to go and spend the money. Leicester got no incentive to sell. Look at all the business that's going on at the moment in England. It's a lot of like championship clubs coming to Premier League clubs. There's lots of players from different leagues around the world coming into England. But there's not much movement. There's some, of course, but there's not much movement between English clubs. I think everybody's very aware that this is a different climate at the moment in this transfer window. There's not a lot of money flowing around, and everybody's scratching around to try and give themselves the best possible position to start the new season. All it seems, apart from maybe Manchester United. Hey, what's going on, Mark Vu? How you doing there? Good to see you. He says, yes, Piggy. Mood Alarm in Gibber says, Kante is not going to be a good window. Cress Welsing says, Kante's left foot is better than McTominay or Matic. Hey, look, he's a better player than McTominay or Matic. I do genuinely believe that. I think Matic over his career has been an excellent player at times. But I have to say that Kante's just a better player. You know, look his World Cup contributions and everything. He's done it at the top level, that guy. And of course, at Leicester, he was the man. He was a big part of that title-winning campaign. And then, of course, Chelsea has been a big part of Chelsea for that time. Simon Cowie says, Kante's rumours are just tomorrow's chip paper. You're right, I don't even know if they'd use them for chip paper. They're so bloody shite, those stories. I think they probably end up the bottom of a parrot's cage or something being shat on, mate. Do you know what I mean? Big globule of bird poo on Frank Lampard's face, you know what I mean? Matt Rush says there's 170 legends in here. Shout out to all you legends that are stopping by the way. Thank you for joining me for this evening show for the transfer rundown. Do us a favour, hit that like button, and like I say, get involved. Awe Alui says stop thinking of Kante rather than Upper Meccano. I'd rather Upper Meccano too. He's 21, he's up and coming. I love his name because it almost sounds like you're saying up and coming. He's an up and coming player, Upper Meccano, up and coming, but you're not. You're just saying his name. But anyway, he's up and coming. He's going to be a beast. He's 21. He's already shown some great skills. United could take the gamble and hope that he progresses into a top quality centre back. Looks like the sort of thing United should be doing right now. And you know what, lads and lasses? Maybe we just might. Let's have a look and see. I mean, look, maybe we just might buy a centre-back in this transfer window, because if you consider the situation we're in with some of the players we've got, Phil Jones and Smalling being linked with moves away from the football club. I know we have Mengi, who could be promoted to the first team really properly next season. I know we have Twanzebe knocking around the gaff. We still got Victor Dwindloff knocking around the gaff as well. But in all honesty, like I would still expect Manchester United to try and pursue some kind of centre-back in this window. We've got until the 4th of October. Now, it might not be before that pre-season friendly. It might not be before Manchester United play Crystal Palace on the 19th. But I would expect Manchester United to go and get a player in that position before the window closes. Because we don't want to be playing Victor Dwindloff at the back all season long again. We know we're going to get shit results with that. We've seen how gash-tastically bloody average that is, and how depressing, and how makes me want to bloody take out my eyes. It's disgusting, guys, seeing that partnership at the back between Maguire and Lindelof, and we've all had enough of it. Everyone can see that. I'm sure Solskjaer can see that. He knows Victor Lindelof's not up to the standard in the defending department. Maybe use him as a CDM like we've discussed, but not as a bloody centre-back alongside Maguire. It doesn't work. We've tried and tested it. So let's get somebody else in, lads and lasses. That's what I'm feeling. That is what I'm feeling. Okay then, so get your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Football with Brownie says, I don't understand why United doesn't get Partey. I totally agree with you, Football with Brownie. He's perfect. He's another one of those players that we're talking about, like a Wilfred Ndidi type player, who's really good, just a good, solid defensive midfielder. Good all round, good passer, good defending, you know, all that sort of, all all the ability to read the game that you want from a defensive point of view. And I don't understand, and he's 26, I believe, is he? Correct me if I'm wrong, Football with Brownie, but I think he's about 26. Perfect. Coming into the best years of his career, a player that, okay, he's at a really big club at the moment, Atletico, a really good team. Look, they've done better than us in Europe the last couple of seasons for sure. And they're always up and around the top of the league over there at the moment with Simeone doing bits. So I do understand that there is, there's no real need, I guess, for him to want to join United, but it's still a massive football club. And if you paid him a bit more money, and if you actually went in and had an offer for him, we could probably get him because United is a huge club. Simple as that, and we can offer these players quite a great living, to be fair. So I'm with you, mate. I think it's piss poor in this window the way we've gone about it and the fact we haven't addressed some of the key areas of the side. We've got a super chat here from JP. Thank you, JP, for getting in here. Is that the same? That's not the same, JP. Have you changed your profile picture, JP? Or is this an entirely different, but coincidentally same named JP? Either way, JP, lad, thank you for your super chat there. He says, top 5 predicted 20 to 21 Premier League season standings. Nice one, JP. Thank you for the $2 super chat there, dude. Yeah, just to give you my quick top 5 then, I would say that I think it's probably going to be Leicester 5th. I've already done this, so it's kind of piss poor, but it's easy to say this, but I do think it's going to be the same lineup as last year. Leicester 5th, Chelsea 4th, United 3rd, City 2nd, and Liverpool 1st. Now, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope United break in there. But that is what I would go for, JP. And I know that's kind of a cop-out because it's exactly the same lineup as this last season. But I'm looking at the slight gulfs in between the squad qualities right now. And I'm looking at the possibilities of some of the other clubs breaking in the top 5, like Arsenal and Spurs and Everton and Wolves. And I'm thinking, yeah, they could do. But I actually think the top 5 from last year will be the top 5 again next year. It might be slightly out of order, but I'd like to bet that they would probably be the same top 5. Thank you, JP, for that, lad. Welsh Red says, I would rather United strengthen the defence. Going forward, I think we are okay, Pig. Very true. Look, it's not the priority in the side. The centre-back should have been the priority, as well as, I suppose, getting another left-back in. And a CDM really should have been the priority. I know we got Van der Beek. Good signing. He's not a Thomas Partey. He's not a Wilfred Ndidi. He's not an N'Golo Kante. He's not this type of CDM beast that we're so desperately crying out for. So what is the purpose of this window then? Just to add players to the midfield for the sake of it, even though we've already got Fred, McTominay, Matic, Pogba. It's not the best signing, that one. Look, okay, it is a good one. I'm happy with it. Come the end of the window, if we get 3 other players, nice one, Donny. But at this moment in time, it's not the key area to strengthen. We should have gone for that proper CDM. We should have also gone for that proper centre-back. If we'd have only got 2 players in this window and it was a really quality centre-back and a really quality CDM, I think every single one of us would have been pretty happy. But instead, we're shopping around for a left-back, which, yeah, it's great to have one, but it's actually not the most important place in the area of the team to strengthen because we do have Brando backing up Luke Shaw there already. And then right wing, you got Jadon Sancho coming in potentially to take the place of Mason Greenwood, which in itself is a bit of a shame. I think it's the best way, though, to get the depth in the side and allow Greenwood to deputise across all positions. But actually, it only stops Greenwood from getting more game time in the first team anyway. And less game time from Greenwood probably equals less goals. Okay, we're hoping Sancho's going to come in and be incredible. But Greenwood's actually pretty proven for United. He took that last season in his stride, really. He's gone from basically, well, not mediocrity, he's gone from just being nowhere, really, to being the star player. Solskjaer's just developed it and brought him in there and given him those opportunities. And I think that it's pretty plucked from obscurity. That's what I meant to say. He's come from obscurity, and now he is a proper Manchester United starter. He's just been given the number 11 shirt, lads and lasses. So he has obviously got a lot of plans in this team throughout the years. Whether it's playing as that left winger, eventually taking over Rashi, or it's playing as that right winger, challenging Jadon, or it's indeed just playing that right wing position because United don't get Jadon. We just need some strength and depth in the team, don't we, guys? It's one of those most annoying seasons. Vincent Bullock says, what do you think of no live showing of United v Villa friendly? Mate, I didn't know that. That's gash. I assumed it would be on MUTV or something. So is it not on MUTV or anything like that? Is that what you're telling me? That sucks, bro. Alex says, Ollie is looking for players with good attitudes and who want to be here. That's why we got Van der Beek. Look at his attitude. Yeah, no, he's a very good player. I'm not dissing Van der Beek. I think that's a great signing. Like 23 years of age, Dutch international, 39 million. It's a bargain signing in this current modern climate. And he's a good player who's got really good credentials, and he will be really good for us. So I'm happy with that. But I also think we could have benefited from a CDM and a centre-back more than any other position currently that we are looking for, which seems to be the right wing and the left-back. So there you go, lads. I mean, what do you guys think? Get your thoughts in the comments about what position you think United should be strengthening the most right now. Paps Midhan says, any updates on outgoing players? Thank you, Paps, for getting in here and let me know what you want to know. So there is talk about Chris Smalling now. We talked about this earlier. There's no more movement on it, but Chris Smalling is looking like he's going to be joining Roma in the next couple of days. He's agreed terms on a 2-year deal. That's what's being reported. Could be a 3-year deal, though. We'll see what happens. And also Manchester United expecting to be compensated about 13 to 14 million euros. That's the only real Manchester United out news story we've got right now with any real basis. The Phil Jones Newcastle link, I think that, it may or may not materialise, but the problem is he's on too much money. The Sergio Romero Aston Villa link seems pretty dead now, once again. He's on too much money. The Jesse Lingard, there is no links with him because he's on too much money. Andreas Pereira may end up going out on loan or something like that. Again, it's difficult to get rid of these players. So we'll see who ends up and who goes. But I'm not expecting that many players going out now. I'm really not, especially if we're struggling to sign players. That's why Solskjaer's got Rojo back in the side now and seems to be quite happy with him. Yeah, nice one. Patrick Quinn, what's going on? Cameron Level says, Mata better than Beak? Yeah, CDM most important. Indeed, he's perfect. You think Mata's better than Van der Beek? Well, they're different. They're different players, aren't they? They are different players. I think Mata's a tremendous player, but I think Van der Beek's obviously a different point in his career. He's going to develop and hopefully be a really top quality player like Mata in the future. So I think he's got the ability to do the job now. If you look at his stats in the Dutch league, very impressive. Let's see if he can do it. Edwin Kamal says, what about Mengi? Mengi, good player. They should promote him to the first team. I was talking about this earlier. We need 2 players a year coming into the first team proper, like developing and bursting onto the scene, whether that's playing a bunch of bit part games or being good enough to actually take a starter role in the first team. Which isn't likely, but you've seen Mason Greenwood come the end of the season do that very thing. We developed Brando, we developed Greenwood this season. Those are 2 young players that come from obscurity and have been put into the first team and are now first team players. So it can be done. That's how United should be doing it. That's the United way. Developing players, developing our own players for the future, building. That's exactly how it should be. Solskjaer gets this whole promotion of youth. So I'm expecting him to do that very same thing potentially with Mengi. Or even Twanzebe, giving him the nod ahead of Lindelof. If we don't sign a centre-back, we've got to try somebody else instead of Lindelof. It's as simple as that. Mrs. P. Cake Bandit, how you doing? It's my Cake Bandito. How you doing? Tofui, she says, the Bacon Brigade are a bunch of legends. You're right about that one, Mrs. P. Thank you so much for you for getting in there, for saying that, love. I hope you're having a nice evening. Oh, Gungshi, Mr. Hugh over in Taiwan, mate, a.k.a. the Legionde of Legions, comments via PayPal. He's just sent a PayPal over. Thank you, Gungshi, mate. He comments, love to the pig and all the Bacon Brigade. What a great community we've got here. P.S. Welcome to the Blue Spanner Gang, Ryan Burberspin 9. P.P.S. Watch out for spiders, pig. Check your hair. Mrs. P. Oh my God, that was pretty horrendous, wasn't it, yesterday with the spider situation, lads and lasses, with the missus getting shit up by the spider. We had a little visit from Aaron Wan-Bissaka last night anyway. But thank you for that, Gungshi. Love to you, mate. You're right, it's an epic community. And shout out Ryan Burberspin 9, who's our latest moderator. You absolutely deserve that, bro. Appreciate all the moderators. Shout out to the moderators. Stick a spanner emoji in the live chat, aka a wrench, if you're a yank, in the live chat for the moderators doing a fantastic job, everybody. Stick a spanner emoji. I think they've probably got a spanner emoji you can use, I don't know. Or just stick any emoji you want in there for them. But they are legends, these moderators. Shout out to all these, they're volunteering legends is what they are. Thank you so much to all you guys for helping support this channel and stuff like that. By the way, everyone, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. Also, smash that like button if you have not smashed that like button already. Give the video a cheeky little like, and that would help it out loads. What's going on, Monclair? Puts a little cat in a box emoji. Alex with a little thumbs up there. Nice one, Alex. Batman Night Fan. Legends, Jonathan Gallagher. There is no spanner emoji. I thought there'd be a spanner emoji, but it turns out there's not a spanner emoji. Makes sense, makes sense. Right, okay, Mark Butler, he says, what's the Kante rumour? Okay, well, there's a lot of publications, just to give everyone an update who's just getting in here tonight, there's a lot of publications tonight saying that Kante has been linked with a move to Manchester United. And I would just like to say that the rumour, that's the rumour, but what I'd like to say about it for anybody just joining me is what a big pile of wank that really is. There is spanner emojis, nice one. It's a big pile of wank, lads and lasses. They wouldn't send him to United. I'm sure they'd rather step over their own granny than send him to Manchester United, to be fair, because United are challenging for those top 4 spaces. It's a player United could really do with in a position that we could really do with him in. And he's one of the best players in that position in his world when he's fit, in the world when he's fit. So it's a stupid idea for Chelsea to want to sell him to us. Of course it is. What a calamity that would be for Chelsea if they let Kante go to United, when they could sell him to Juve, or they could sell him to Lazio, or they could sell him to PSG, or any other team in world football, because most of the best teams in world football would be interested in an N'Golo Kante for a couple of seasons, wouldn't they? So the only way they would sell him to United is if United paid an absolute fortune for him. You're talking, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 million pounds more than anybody else would offer him around European football. And in that case, maybe they would say, okay, then, well, the deal's too sweet to say no. But United are not going to do that because we just don't spend money, guys, like that. And we're spending 120 million on Sancho, potentially. Ryan Burberspin 9 with a super chat. Thank you so much, Ryan Burberspin 9, lad. Appreciate it, dude. He comments and says, top bloke Gungshi, much love to the Bacon Brigade and fellow mods. Come on, Ryan Burberspin 9, get in there, my son. Shout out to the moderators. Welsh Red, hey, it's great to see you, says Kante's injury prone and Ndidi for me. Absolutely. Look, we've gone over this. There's a few players that United could get. You know, Football with Brownie mentioned it earlier. Thomas Partey is a great shout. Wilfred Ndidi, these proper beastly central defensive midfielders that can really boss the midfield in terms of their athleticism, in terms of how they read the game, defensively, their interception, their tackling stats. Have a look at the stats of Wilfred Ndidi last season. He's the best in the Premier League in terms of a central defensive midfielder destructor. That is exactly what we need. So why wouldn't we spend the money and get it? Simple. The money's not quite there, and we're spending it on Sancho. We're not having a window where it's like a Chelsea where they're going to spend hundreds of millions. No, we're having a different window. We've already spent, to be fair, 39 million. So we'll see. What's going on, Pankaj Palwani? I hope you're doing well today, matey. Appreciate you stopping by. Vincent says, on MUTV or Villa TV, Villa want £5 to watch the highlights at 10 p.m. Highlights on MUTV at 10 p.m. You're taking the piss. Villa want to charge their fans £5 to watch the highlights after the game. Mate, if that isn't such an Aston Villa thing, that just smacks of Aston Villa, to be fair. Don't even say any more, because that sounds exactly like the sort of thing Aston Villa would do, is charge their fans £5 to watch highlights that they could probably watch on YouTube about half an hour later anyway. So yeah, that's fair. Salim Umar, how you doing? He says, Pig, what time do you sleep? LOL, Deadwood is killing our club. I sleep generally, I'm a bit of a night owl, so I might be up until like 2 or 3 or something at the moment, and then I'll get up around about 9, something like that. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment, but I do have a bit of a whacked out body clock. But thanks for asking, Salim. Josh Burton, how you doing, Josh? He says, the Man U women's team is doing a madness with signings. Yeah, it's great to see. You know, that's what we should be doing, 100%. I'm not saddened about that. I think we should absolutely be trying to strengthen and make all of our teams the best possible teams that we could. The youth setups and the women's sides and everybody, the girls' teams, bloody everyone should have a great Manchester United side. But certainly the men's first team at Manchester United should not have any expense spared on it, in my opinion. It should be investment, trying to get those puzzle pieces in every window, gradually building properly. I know we're signing the right type of players now under Solskjaer, but let's sign a couple of more of them. Joseph Misko, he says, how's it going, Mr. Pig? Have you had a good day, mate? I've had a good day. Thank you very much for stopping by, dude, and getting in here, Mr. Misko. Really appreciate that. I just want to read this comment out here from Gary Neville, actually. Shout out Gary Neville. So this is his verdict with United's links with Thiago. So Thiago, of course, Alcantara, Bayern Munich midfielder, Spanish international, linked with a move to United, but mostly linked with a move to Liverpool or Barcelona in my eyes. He says United weren't really strongly linked with him, and I can see why why with Pogba and Fernandes in the side. But watching him play in a two-man midfield for Bayern Munich, I don't think he needs to play in a forward role, Neville told 90 Mins. I think he can play deeper, and United's players in that position, Fred, McTominay, Matic, have all done okay. But if Thiago was there, I think he's clever enough to intercept, read the game, and do things that a holding midfielder can. You don't need to be 6 foot tall, tackle and quick to play in that position anymore. You just need to be intelligent and understand the game. And he's got that in abundance. I don't know why United wouldn't try and get him, particularly if he was going to Liverpool, because it would strengthen them. Gary Neville, have you been listening to my show? It's like he's taken the words right out of my mouth. I've been saying this all the bloody time. He can do that role for us. He can do that job for us. And he's a great midfielder. He's better than what we've got in those positions right now. And it would take away the possibility of Liverpool strengthening. If United did go and get Thiago and make that a priority and spend the money and get him in there and pay the wages, that's going to absolutely fuck over Liverpool. And that's the best possible thing that you can do, is screw over the Scousers, lads and lasses. So that is exactly what we should be doing, guys. I mean, Gary Neville, you got it spot on. Spot on once again, Kazza. Spot on once again, Gary Neville. Because this is a joke club. We know where are the strong links with Thiago? We should be looking at players like Thiago. Oh, man. Mrs. P. Cake Bandit with another super chat. What have I told you? Oh my days. She says, you want to change your name to Mrs. P. Super Chat Bandit? More like you nutter. She says, night everyone. Put a heart in the live chat for Mr. P and all the legends in the chat. Thank you very much for that there, Mrs. P. Yeah, smash a heart in there if you want. Jonathan Gallagher does as well. Ryan Berberspin says, nighty night, Mrs. P. Thank you. Nice one, Welsh Red. Nice one, Tushar Mehta, Jonathan Gallagher, and Joseph Misko. Hey, thank you so much, Simon Cowie, dude. Appreciate it. He says he sent in a super chat here as well, saying, Pigman, United's friendly is on MUTV at 10 p.m. Thank you so much for that, Simon Cowie. So is that the highlights, right? That's just the highlights from the game? That's bullshit, isn't it? So why can't they broadcast it live? Why can't this game be broadcast live on MUTV? You know, like last season when they had the preseason tour. Of course, they broadcast all their preseason friendlies on the MUTV app and stuff like that. Why the bloody hell are they not doing that for this game? That really winds me up. I would love to see the progression of the United and see what Solskjaer's going to do with the start of the season here in that game against Palace. I guess maybe that's why. It's just they don't want to give anything away against Crystal Palace. JP comments 30% go into the Glazers. Those bloody Glazers are scam. Mark Voot says, smash the like button to absolute bits. Hey, thank you, Mark Voot. Really appreciate that, dude. Appreciate you getting in here all the time as well, mate. Yeah, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already, everyone. That'll help out loads. Carlos Nod with the cool guy emoji. Nice one, Carlos. Vincent Bullock, Jim Joe Bobley, Sally. What a whole bunch of legends, by the way. This is a great community. It's great to have a whole bunch of new peeps on board as well. Shout out to RVJAT07, who's just subscribed to the channel as well. Nice one, everyone who's subscribing to the channel recently. We're on our way. You know, we're actually on our way to 30,000 subscribers now, guys. I can't quite believe that because we only hit 25,000 like just over a week ago. But we're on our way to 30,000 subscribers now, guys. It's going to take a while. But that was my ultimate goal at the start of the year. And you just never know, we might actually get there. So if you're new to this channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button and get involved in this channel. We'll cover everything United, all the latest transfer news up until the season starts. And of course, all everything to do with United, match previews and just everything that goes on to United. We'll do the watch-alongs on the channel, so make sure you tune in for those, because there's probably a few of you who've never seen a Man United watch-along on this channel, and that is what we're really known for on this channel, lads and lasses, is the Man United watch-along. So make sure you do come and check it out when the games are on. Batman Night Fan says, is it a live match? Simon Cowie says, night, Miss P. Simon Cowie, is it a live match? He says, you're all welcome. Thank you for that, by the way, for letting everybody know that. Gung, she says, night, Mrs. P. Cake Bandit. Night, Nicola. Have a good sleep. Legend. Yes. Legend. Batman Night Fan says, night, Mrs. P. Everybody, thank you so much. Just I don't know, just say goodnight. But yeah, shout out Mrs. P. Love hearts in the live chat. Oh yeah. Matt Rush, thank you for that, mate. We've hit 141 likes. Top lad. Simon Cowie says, MUTV said it's the full game, Pig. Get in there, my son. So why is it on at 10 p.m. then? They're playing a late friendly then. If it's a 10 p.m. kickoff, that seems a little bit strange to me. But there you go. If that's the case, that's brilliant. We'll certainly do a watch along for that game if I'm able to watch it. Right then, let's get on to the rest of the news for the night then, lads and lasses. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Just to give you a summary before we move on to the latter stories here. United being linked with Kante, that's all absolute bullshit. There's no way Chelsea would sell him to us, no way. They'd send him somewhere else, someone else, surely, before then. And Manchester United probably wouldn't spend that much money on somebody who's quite injury-prone anyway in that position. We'll see. There's other players out there if you're going to look at bringing that money in there, that sort of money player in anyway. So, yeah, bullshit, I think that one. I think that's absolute horse manure. In terms of the other stuff that's going on, Alex Telles, Porto left-back, being heavily linked with a United move. It's understood that he's been offered to Manchester United, and Manchester United have had negotiations with Porto. So we see if maybe any deal can be done there, but it's also highly likely that this is more leverage in the Sergio Reguilon deal and the negotiations that are taking place between Manchester United and Real Madrid to try and get the left-back to come into United on a permanent move without a buyback clause. That's what I think, but you never know. I mean, ideally, we would get a left-back in this window, but the centre-back position is the most important, and of course, getting Jadon Sancho in would be brilliant, and I would like to see a CDM come in, somebody to take over from Matic, but I'll admit, now, with all the players we've got in those areas of the pitch, from your Matiches and your Pogbas and your McTominays and your Freds, to Van de Beek and Bruno and all these guys, I don't think we really need to worry about that position right now. You can always improve on that position later. Carl's Nod says, thoughts on the Josh King transfer, Pig? So if we're talking about my thoughts on Josh King to Manchester United, I personally think that, it's not really a good player, mate, that we should be looking to get. I think he's good, actually. I think he's decent. I think he'd be an okay squad player. I'd rather have him than the likes of Andreas Pereira. 100%. 100%. See you later on, Andreas. Hello to you, Josh King. 100%. But if we end up the window getting Reguilon and Van de Beek and Josh King, then that's not good enough for United. It's not good enough in terms of improving the starting 11. That's just my opinion. He is a good player. I do like him. He's got those links with United, links with Ollie, and I appreciate the potential of the signing. But at the same time, United needs to have a bit more vision, a bit more bollocks about us. Like I said, we need to show a little bit of those cojones on the plate. And like we were talking about with Gary Neville's comments, he doesn't understand, and I don't understand when we're not being linked with more players like Thiago or more players like Thomas Partey and Wilfred Ndidi and these proper players that we could get right now that could seriously help us out this season. Okay, so let's get on to the Jadon Sancho stuff then, lads and lads. So we're not going to talk about Jadon Sancho too long because obviously we have talked a lot about Jadon Sancho. And at this moment in time, unless I get a message through from my transfer guru, Mr. Matty Rush. Shout out to Matty Rush, by the way. He's absolutely connected, this guy, and he gives me all the latest information. Shout out, Matt Rush. Thank you very much for all that you do, matey. Really appreciate it. Let's have a look at what he's just sent me here. Okay, he's just sent me this information from Fabrizio Romano saying Inter are still convinced they're going to sign Arturo Vidal from Barca in the next few days. Just a matter of time. Antonio Conte's waiting for him. Diego Godin is out from the project and will leave the club. Inter are ready to sign Matteo Darmian. Diego Godin is out of the project. So Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted that Diego Godin is out from the project and will leave the club. On what basis here are we talking here? Mr. Matthew Rush, you have just opened up an absolute can of worms, bro. So wait a sec. Would you take Diego Godin for a year? Would you take Diego Godin for a year? Smash a one in the live chat if you would. But no, that's Fabrizio Romano just tweeted that about an hour ago. Anyway, Inter are still convinced they're going to sign Arturo Vidal from Barca the next few days. Just a matter of time. And Diego Godin is out from the project and will leave the club. I mean, look, he's a decent option. Look, he's been there and done it. He's experienced. In terms of experience, look, he's been an international for Uruguay that whole time. He's been smashing it for years. So I do think Diego Godin is actually a really good defender. The only problem with him is a short-term deal. But is there anything wrong with a short-term quick fix when you're getting a really experienced player? Chelsea have done it in this window, getting Thiago Silva in. So is it really that much of a risk taking a player like Diego Godin for a season? No, it's not. Alex Ferguson's done that in the past. Sometimes you need a quick fix. Sometimes you need another option. And actually, I agree with you, Matt Rush. I do think he is a good option to bring in. Yes, he's slow. Okay, fair enough. I understand what you're saying. And he's old. But for one season to have around the club, what would you rather then? Chris Smalling and Phil Jones or Diego Godin? It's as simple, isn't it? Exactly, Gaz G, Laurent Blanc. Laurent Blanc, Gaz G. Who remembers Laurent Blanc coming into the side? He was old and slow. but he still had a very good season for Manchester United, and I think he was even like older. I seem to remember Laurent Blanc was like 36 or something preposterous, my friends. I could be wrong, maybe he was 34, like Diego Godin, but oh my days, you've just thrown a spanner in the works there, Matty Rush. I mean, look, it doesn't mean anything, does it? It just means Fabrizio Romano has reported that Diego Godin is out from the project and will leave the club. So look, that's actually really interesting because he's a player that United could have, have been linked with in the past. 2 seasons ago, I remember United being heavily linked with Diego Godin because he was an experienced, ready-made centre-back to come in there in a defence that was actually really struggling. So thank you very much for the breaking news there, Matt Rush, on regards to Arturo Vidal and Barca and stuff. And Diego Godin is out from the project and will leave the club. I mean, that is an absolute mind-blower to me. Let's have a little vote then, lads and lasses. I know a bunch of you have said he's too slow, and he is old, he's 34. It would only be for a season, but let's just have a vote for the sake of having a vote. Bear in mind, we've had that Badia Shield link, probably put on the back burner for now. Upper Meccano, maybe doesn't look like that will happen. What would you guys think to getting Diego Godin at Manchester United for 1 season? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would take him. Smash anything else in the live chat if you think that would be gash. Gaz G says 1. I'd take anyone right now. I would take it. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's a good defender. Josh Welch says how much? Well, no, I don't know if it would be any money. I mean, all that Fabrizio Romano says, Diego Godin is out of the project, so I don't know what he's got left on in terms of contract and how much money it would be in order to bring him into the football club. But actually, that's quite an interesting link to me, just the fact that that's been brought up, the fact that he's out from the project and will leave the club. That means he's going to go somewhere. Somebody's going to be interested in Diego Godin. I imagine his wages are quite a lot. But actually, for a footballer to come in, we could do a lot worse. Shout out Jidrikis for subscribing to the channel. Nice one, Jidrikis. And yeah, hit that sub button if you haven't done so already and you're not subscribed to the channel. Get involved with this community. It's pretty awesome. But Diego Godin, yeah, what a top defender in his day. He is 34 now. I haven't actually seen him play for a while, but he's been a very good defender over the course of the last few years, 100%. Yeah, that's right. Welsh Red, you make such a good point. Diego Godin would learn our centre-backs a few things indeed. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. He absolutely would. He is an experienced player. And plus it would just give us more options and more chance to have cover in all those different competitions. I'd much rather have Godin there than not if Victor Lindelof's an option. You know what I mean? But Sally says he will probably go to Turkey for good wages. Yeah, that's the thing. There's going to be a lot of clubs interested in Diego Godin. And United at this moment in time, we're not signing players like that. But it's not really the same type of player as signing like a 30-year-old player or something like that. It's just clearly going to be a season. It's clearly a 1-season deal with Diego Godin being 34 years of age. So I think that's quite interesting, actually, And also, it says here that Inter Milan, thank you, Matt Rush, it says Inter Milan are ready to sign Matteo Darmian from Parma. So Inter are doing some bits in this window, eh? And that's also from Fabrizio Romano. So quite interesting, just an ex-player at Manchester United there, Matteo Darmian. But yeah, Diego Godin, get your thoughts and opinions in. Andy, 1753 comments would be great for a season. I'm with you, Andy. Crest Welsing says Godin, nah, he's gone now. Fair enough, but 34, 30, he's got 1 season left in him. Defenders, I always say centre-backs, they can do it longer. Peepin' Tom says, who's Godin? I know Godin. I think it's actually pronounced Godin. To be honest with you, Peepin' Tom, I know what you're saying there. It's spelled Godin, but I think it's Godin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Diego Godin. Kind of like... Oh, never mind. But anyway, look, he's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, got a stain on it, had it washed several times and repeated the process loads. He's played for Uruguay 135 times. He's played for Uruguay 135 times. Now that sounds to me like somebody who has a lot of experience, a lot of invaluable experience. Shout out Ryan for subscribing. And look, he's played for some great teams. Villarreal, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan. He will be leaving come the end of this window by the looks of it. If there is a football club that Manchester United have an interest in, or have a good relationship, I should say, with, I'm guessing it's Inter Milan. We saw the Ajax relationship recently. Well, Inter Milan, crikey. I mean, bloody hell, Inter Milan, We've given them every bloody shit player that we didn't want to have and still keep giving them that. They've got Lukaku, they've got Sanchez, they've got Ashley Young. It's an absolute drop-off place for Manchester United's guff. And you know what? You know what that means? Well, we've got a great relationship with Inter Milan. That's what that means. And look, if there was a player to be coming in from Inter Milan, maybe it would be a Diego Godin type player for a season. I don't want to just get on that and say that that's going to happen or anything. It's only a Fabrizio Romano tweet just now stating that he's not going to be part of the project at Inter Milan anymore. So it does open up a bag of worms there, or a can of worms, I should say. Opening up Pandora's box. Those are the two expressions I got mixed up there. It does open up a Pandora's box, so to speak, because you know, he's a player that actually could do some bits at United for a season. We are in need of a centre back after all, Antonasa. Who doesn't agree that we're in need of a centre back? So we need a centre back. We can't get a centre back right now. Upamecano's got a release clause, comes into effect in a year. There's not a lot of value elsewhere. Diego Godin might be an option, guys. Honestly, I think that's actually pretty sweet. I like that information there, Matt Rush. You never know. Thank you for that, buddy. Brilliant stuff. Ryan Couchy says, inside sources are saying that paperwork is getting done for Sancho. Hope it's true. I hope it's true as well. Look, let's wait for the next 24 hours. It's going to be very, very important for United here. And I got a feeling that we are going to announce something soon. So let's just see what happens. But I think we will make official contact with Dortmund and hopefully get some of the negotiations sorted in the next sort of 24 hours. Sayabonga Unlove, he says, do you think Oli needs to win something to keep the fans happy? No, actually. I think it would be nice if we won something. But I just think, look, if United finished second this year and progressed and played really nice football, I think we'd all be very happy with that, even without a trophy. It's lovely to win a trophy, but I just want to see progression at the club. Whether that means, you know, the players and the personnel that are being brought in, the style of football, the consistency of results, where we're finishing. I just want to see progress. And as long as we're seeing progress, then I don't think a trophy is the most important thing right now. I just think progress is. Yeah, it'd be lovely to challenge and win a trophy. It really would. Alkan Mahmood, hello to you, buddy. Gandhi says, you persuaded me, Pig. It's worth a punt for one season. Yeah, look, exactly. Hassan Akhtar, great comment, Hassan. We were just talking about what is an absolute drop-off place for Manchester United's ex-Guff players, the ones that are surplus to requirements and absolutely rubbish. It's Inter Milan. What does Hassan Akhtar say in the comment section? He says, swap Jones for Godin. Now, look, it sounds a bit silly, but Jones is on less money than Diego Godin. He absolutely will be, I'd imagine. I mean, I don't know that for sure, because Jones is paid a ridiculous amount, but I'd imagine he's on less money than Godin. He's younger than Godin. He's going to offer Inter something in that position for years. He is a good player. Do you know what? Hassan Akhtar, mate, you have just solved Manchester United's shite transfer window, bro. That's exactly it. So get Phil Jones off to Inter Milan and get Diego Godin in for one season. You've just solved it, my friend. For one season anyway, short term, it would not hurt to have a player like Diego Godin around with his experience. Plus, if you want a little bit of something from set pieces, do you like Slabby Maguire is supposed to do? Diego Godin's pretty good at that, you know. Let me just get Diego Godin's stats up, actually, because I'm pretty sure he's quite a goal-scoring defender. Now, I know that's not the main priority of a defender, but just in terms of like set pieces, corners, getting goals from corners and set pieces, he's absolutely pretty good at that, I think, from what I remember. So let's have a look at some of his career stats here and just see. So how has he been getting on at Inter this season? Let's have a look. I mean, Inter have had a decent year this year, haven't they? He joined Inter Milan from Atletico Madrid last summer for 18 million. So I think that, or was it? Oh no, sorry, it was a free transfer actually, I think. But either way, you know, it's a good signing, that one. He played in the La Liga 368 times. He scored 21 goals in La Liga. From centre back, that's pretty decent. 64 times in the Champions League, four goals. Yeah, you know, it's not. We're not even looking at the goal stats really, but he scored 34 in 546. I'd say that's pretty decent. But to be fair to him, look at that experience, man. All those Champions League games, 135 caps for Uruguay. All those games in La Liga. Serie A, he's just come over, man. We could do a lot worse than Diego Godin this season. I actually really like that link. That's got me interested. That's got the old juices flowing, so to speak, you know. I like that link. Diego Godin. What do you guys think? Get your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, lads and lasses. This is the transfer show. Every single night we talk about Manchester United's transfer news, the latest updates and what's going on. We've got some great sources all around Twitter, all around, we've even got some sources within the club. Shout out to Matt United 20 on Twitter, who's just a fantastic supporter of Manchester United and gives me all of this brilliant information. Shout out to you, buddy. Nice one, mate. Okay, so there you go. Diego Godin, lads and lasses. I think that's pretty excellent, excellent link. Red Devil says, why are we not all over Party? Because we're a bunch of melters, to be honest with you, mate. I agree. We should be over Party. Why the hell haven't we gone in for Party? Thomas Party, 26, CDM Beast. Let's get him. Why not? Doesn't make any sense just because we don't want to spend the money. It's sickening, guys. Adavitz comments, Cagliari are apparently in advanced talks to sign Godin. Interesting, doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, look, if United went in with a 11th hour bid for him, and it's not even the 11th hour, but if we went in for a bid, would he want to come to United or would he want to go to Cagliari? I think he'd probably want to go to United, to be perfectly honest, just for one season, playing at the top there in the Premier League, which he's never done. I think he would do it. You know. Let's just see what happens on that one, guys. There's no news about that one. You just know, though, that there's going to be all sorts of videos and stuff coming out tomorrow. Diego Godin. Probably people watching this video right now, in fact. All the other channels and stuff, Diego Godin linked with United. You can just see it. Well, you heard it here first. You heard it here first, lads and lasses. Diego Godin linked with Manchester United. That's right. And we've just surmised that ourselves. This isn't any bullshit article that we've been brought up. There's Fabrizio Romano's just tweeted saying that Godin's not part of Inter's plans and he will be leaving the club. So we've surmised that based on that very tweet. So there you go, guys. Let's hope that that's legit. Fab doesn't really let us down too often, so fair play to the lad. JP says JP equals Jones's puppet. Yeah, you like that, don't you, JP? Hey, will you be moving to Syria with Phil Jones if he goes? Abiot Kabidi says from Porto, Anderson, Dallo, now Tellez. Hey, look, yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying, but Anderson wasn't actually that bad, mate, while he was at United. Like, Fergie actually got bits out of Anderson. It was when Fergie left we realised Anderson was a shit player, and actually he wasn't that great at United, but he still, you know, he was in a lot of big games for United and performed well. So I understand what you're saying. And look, Dallo's only 20, give him a little bit of a chance, he could still be really quality. But look, we've got some great players from the Portuguese league over the years. Anyway, we've got some great players. Tellez is a good player. We've got some great players. Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo. Need I say more? Cameron Level says, get some cheap CDM like City got Fernandinho, who've been their best CDM many years. Very true. You don't have to spend big money to get the right player. We've seen that ourselves over the years many times, whether it's Vidic or Cantona or whoever. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get the right player. Jesse Lingard says, can I become a mod chap? Jesse Lingard, I think, didn't you get timed out earlier from the mod, son? I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to. You got your work cut out for there, Jesse. You're gonna have to start scoring the goals out there on the Man United pitch. Okay, you're gonna have to stop playing like a little melter if you're gonna become mod on this channel, Jesse. Yeah, Cress Welsing says Anderson had a few more cheeseburgers than Shaw. Decent player though, nice one. G-Wall says, Jesse, no, we got enough, bro. We have got a lot of mods on the channel now, but we do need them these days, to be fair, with all the comments and all the new subscribers and stuff. So shout out to all the mods once again. Right then, let's have a look at this then, everyone. So, in terms of the just to give a rundown, there's the Tellez link, there's a Kante link, which is absolute bullshit. I've just created a Diego Godin link live on the air. So if you see any of the other channels coming out tomorrow, Diego Godin link, you know where they got it from. No, seriously, you know, it's obvious to sort of put that link together. It doesn't mean that we're actually going in for him. And like we said, he could end up joining Cagliari or anything. I was just merely talking about it, thinking that if Godin was available for one season, it's not the worst option in the world, especially if you can perhaps get rid of Phil Jones in the other direction. That'd be amazing. Ali Al-Tamimi comments, I hope Manchester United pick up Tellez. I just hope we get a left-back, whether it's Reguilon or Tellez, but also hope we get a couple of other players too. Yes, Welsh Red comments, Godin. Yes, Josh Welsh with the smiley faces. How you doing, Josh Welsh? Jim Joe Bobley says, if we sign Godin, we're blaming you. All right, let's have a vote then. I'm sorry, I may have missed the vote earlier a little bit. You guys did have a vote already, but please vote again. Would you sign Diego Godin at United for 1 season? Smash a 1 in the live chat for yes. Smash anything else in the live chat for no. Let us know what you guys think, because I think that I'm going to put a 1 in the live chat, you know, because I personally think that that actually he would be decent for a year. I think he'd be decent for a year as an option at United. There's no more experienced player really that you could get right now than Diego Godin, I don't think. He is got bags of experience just to have that player around the rest of the side. He may be a little bit slow and old, but he's still got great experience there. Look at that. Joseph Misko says 2, no. Screenshot says 69, dude, no. Batman 1, Gaz B 1, Mark Voot 1.5, Ryan 1, Matt Rush 1, great option. Benjamin Aaron says he will be good. Vincent Bullock says 1. Josh Welch says no. Gungshi says 1. Nice one. So we've got a little bit of a split there. G Wolf says 1. Aaron Homeland says 1. Cress Wilson says, Pig, you put a 2 in. Are you taking the piss? No, I didn't. Oh, I did put a 2 in. I meant to put a 1 in. There anyway. So there you go. We've got that link with Godin. We've made it up on the show. The Kante says, who would he partner with? Well, there you go. I mean, it depends, doesn't it? I mean, look, him and Harry Maguire together, it does sound a little bit slow. But there's something to be said for experience and reading of the game. Like, you don't need to be the quickest player to have a great reading of the game. And if your positioning's on point, and if your reading of the game's on point, and your defensive abilities are on point, you can be a great defender without having pace, and you can work in a great defensive partnership without having pace. It definitely helps in this modern day and age, especially in the Premier League, to have pace. And you would think that coming up against some of these really great fast counter-attacking teams in the Prem, which have pacey players for days, Diego Godin and Harry Maguire at the back might not be that good. I accept that. I admit that. Jim Joe says, Pig's edging his bets. Yeah, well, you know, it's smart to do that. I don't know if it's going to be Tellez or Reguilon, but I do think Reguilon's probably the most likely at this moment in time, but we'll see if that buyback clause scuppers the deal. Jesse Lingard says, Pig, would you sell merch in the future? I actually already do sell merch on the channel. So we've got a Teespring store. I think you can go to it if you go to teespring.com/flyingpigunited, but there might be a link in the description. I think there is a link in the description. If not, there should be a little banner below this, an advert or something, where you can click the link to get a t-shirt or something like that, mate, if you want. Screenshot Mania, what's going on, bro? Yes, it looks like Chris Smalling is going to Roma. Just to give everyone another update on that one. Looks like Chris Smalling's off to Roma. 13-14 million euros, somewhere around that 2-year deal. That's what we're expecting. That's really the only player that we're looking to get, looking realistic, is going to leave in this transfer window. Maybe Andreas Pereira, but look, I don't know if we're going to get any other ones. JP says, Lingard, you concentrate on your own shit merch. Oh man, Jesse Lingard's merch clothing company. Fair play to him, mate. I think he made a fat loss on it in his first year, but it was like half a week's wages to him. You know what I mean? Anyway. Cameron Levels, how many fans allowed in Old Trafford? Well, we were talking about this the other day, that there's going to be an application for 12,000 seats. I think 12,000 fans being allowed in to watch Manchester United play at Old Trafford. So that's sort of the figure that they're proposing, and I guess that's the right amount of figure with a stadium of 75k capacity to have enough social distancing going on and enough distancing between all the fans. Vincent Bullock says, t-shirt on the website, dude. Oh, yeah, or you can go to flyingpigunited.com and click the merch store on there as well. Good one, Vincent Bullock. Thank you. The Kante comments, if we don't get Sancho, would you take Adama Traore? We were linked to him ages ago, but haven't heard much about him leaving Wolves anytime soon. I would. I think he's a good player. I think he could add us quite a lot. But I would much rather Jadon Sancho. I think he fits more Manchester United style. Adama's this big marauding beast who's just like so physical and so quick, and he is effective because of that. But I think United needs someone with a little bit more elegance, a little bit more class. But I do think Adama's good. He's only 23 as well, so he will get better, you would think. But he's also possibly one of those players that could have some injury issues in the future. You just look at the size of his frame and everything, and you think that the way he absolutely pegs it down the wing and the running he does, you kind of think one day his knees are going to get shot or something. That's what I think anyway. Max Maticoli says, you think we're getting Sancho? I do, Max. I think we are, but look, it's not 100% yet. We haven't even tabled the bid yet properly. We haven't renegotiated with Dortmund and had it accepted or anything like that. It's at the early stages. The personal terms with the player are not the issue. It's just about getting the deal done with Dortmund. They want 120 million euros. United at this moment in time don't seem too prepared to go and meet that figure. Hopefully we do that, though, guys. Hopefully we do that soon. Ray Andrew says, put Sancho in for United. I hope we get Sancho, matey. Pam Sancho is for United. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing you think Sancho's for United, though. Mark Voot says, no need to talk to anybody else. Sancho's incoming. Good man, Mark Voot. Well, let's hope so, matey. Rossard Nicholas says, what do you think about Pau Torres? I haven't seen too much of Pau Torres. I'm not going to lie and pretend that I have. He seems like a good prospect. I think he's 23 as well. He'll be a part of the Spain setup for the next decade, probably. He is a good player. And I think, yeah, we could do a lot worse than getting Pau Torres in. I just like us to get some centre-back in. Thank you, Matt Rush. He says, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you actually doing? Jacob Critchley, fair play to you, mate. Because you just subscribed to the channel, Jacob. That's the spirit. Smash that subscribe button, lads and lasses, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Also, make sure you click the bell icon. That way you will be notified when we go live and we post a new video. Vincent Bullock says 12,000 fans who pay £907 for a season ticket. Interesting. So quick maths, that's 1.2, just under 1.2 million generated there. Gaz G says, Sancho done this weekend. Matt Rush told me. Well, let's see, Gaz G. I mean, Mr. Matty Rush, you know, we have got some great sources, but the fact of the matter is, it's not done until it's done. Wait until it's done, guys. Like, Jadon Sancho coming into this club is obviously on the agenda. It's been talked about for weeks. We are going back and renegotiating. There's a big bid expected to be lodged. But until it's done, guys, let's just not get carried away, because imagine if we were all just celebrating getting him in, and then it turns out he goes and signs for bloody Barca, or he just doesn't go anywhere. It would suck the big old ball, wouldn't it? So we don't want to do that. Joe O'Sullivan says, I think we need a quality CDM. Matic is getting old. Hey, 100%. Matic is a quality CDM, but a bunch of years ago. He is old now. He was great for us at the end of this season, actually. But we need to get a proper CDM, bros. CDM and lasses. We need to get Kante, not Kante, but a Kante type. We need to get a Kante type, like a Wilfred Ndidi, a Thomas Partey, this type of player. There's no good reason for not getting those guys, honestly. Simon Cowie comments, Sancho to be done so he can play in the Premier League opening game. That's also what's being reported, that Sancho will be done by the 19th of September, even before that, and he's expected to start in the Crystal Palace game. But how do we know that until the deal is actually done? But yeah, you're right. That is on the agenda. That is something that can happen. Yes, you're right about that one, the Kante. Matt Rush over Fabrizio Romano. I hear you on that one, dude. We just keep it real on this channel. We're not going to tell you anything's done until it is done. Dennis Araya says, Alex Telles to Man United for 25 million. Yeah, it's being talked about 25 to 30 million. Similar amount of money that Manchester United would be spending on Sergio Reguilon as well. Another left-back option. Left-back is a good option for us, but we need a centre-back more, like Anthony Heath says. Anthony Heath, shout out to you. He comments, centre-back is needed more. Totally agree. Totally agree, guys. Screenshot Mina says, hey Pig, can we talk about your Discord server as we need it to grow? Yes, mate. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a link in the description. You could join the Discord. I need to get some moderators in there because we had some trolls come in the other night posting dick pics. And no, it wasn't a picture of Jose Mourinho or anybody else. It was actual dick pics. So we don't want to be seeing that shit in there, to be fair. So we need some moderators. I did assign a few, actually. But what is your name on there, Screenshot Mania? Echo Stylist says, Matter. Batman Nightfan says, I won't believe until Sancho holds the United shirt. Good man, Batman Nightfan. I'm with you. Let's wait until he stood next to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, holding the shirt with the United face mask on. That's probably going to be the first unveil. They won't do that, obviously, but they could do that, couldn't they? Face mask unveilings. Nice one, Screenshot Mania. Thank you very much, dude. Good stuff. Grazie, he said, or Gracie says, Pig, can I have a shout out, mate? Trying to hit 100 subs. Gracie, I don't know what your channel's about, mate, but there you go. There you are in the live chat. If anybody wants to click him or search him, Gracie, everyone. If you want to check out his channel, you can. You never know, you might like it. So there you go, Gracie. No worries at all. Paul McGovern, he says, who is your preferred signing for centre half? For me, it is Upamecano because I think it fits in with what United are trying to do at the moment, which is sign that good, young, hungry, up-and-comer player who is going to get better and in the next few years could potentially be one of the best in the world. In 5 years' time, he could be one of the best in the world. So if you're going to gamble and take that chance, it makes sense to take your chance on a player like Upamecano who's already showing great abilities. Failing that, you know, we've had this Godin link tonight. That looks pretty interesting. I don't know about that one, though. That was just me making stuff up there. I thought it was interesting. But I would take him. I actually would take Godin. If he's surplus to requirements at Inter, I'd have him around for a season because I think he's a better option than Phil Jones or Chris Smaller than those guys, just based on his experience and quality alone. So yeah, there's that. But I would say Upamecano is my number one choice. 21, bags of potential, not too much money, probably 50 or 60 million euros to get him. There's a release clause in a year that comes into effect, but still. Rojo Innocent says, United are slow in the market. Always the case, isn't it, Rojo Innocent? You must be loving that, though, because Rojo potentially is staying. I don't know. Yasin Hani says, if we sign Sancho, I'll back us to compete again. It's a world-class signing. It is a world-class signing. It's a statement of intent. It's a player that over the next decade or more could be at your football club doing bits in that position. And to me, it's not a gamble because you could have him for 12 years and then it's going to be a cheap signing. You know, in 12 years' time when it's 2032 and players, you know, David Beckham's grandchild is going for bloody 28 billion pounds because of the shite inflation that's gone on, we'll look back and we'll say Jadon Sancho was an absolute bargain at 120 million euros. I actually believe that. Rojo Innocent says Reguilon is the best. I like Reguilon as well. I think Reguilon's the man to get at left back, but look, this Telles deal's on, you never know. Echo Star says, let's gamble, we keep our money and use Rojo. Yeah, you know, that is a gamble, but we have seen him play a bunch of times and not be that consistent. I actually do think he's a bit of a baller. I think he can pass. I think he's good in the tackle. I think he's got a good aggression. I like him, but he's also just never been that star player for us, I don't think. He's never been really consistent at United. He has had a tough time. He's actually been here a long time, Rojo now, hasn't he? Batman Night fan comments, Bale is overrated. I mean, he's been an excellent player, Gareth Bale, but I just don't think he's the right fit for us. We talked about that earlier in a video, so I'm not going to go too into that. The only way I would like to see Gareth Bale to come to this football club is in the short-term loan deal where Real Madrid are actually paying a percentage of his wages to contribute, because we couldn't afford to pay him just on a loan. He's on a huge amount of money, and certainly I wouldn't want to take the risk and spend money on him, bringing him into the club and pay him huge amounts of wages to potentially sit on the bench and be injured. JP says Bale's still decent though. Bale's still class. I would actually have him for sure. I would actually have him 100% in the team on loan. But if you look at the current wage structure and how we're doing things and the players we're signing, there's no way we're going to go and sign Gareth Bale for big money and pay him 500-600k a week or whatever it is. I really don't see it happening. But I'd like to think that we could get him on loan. Matt Rush says, no thanks, Gareth Bale. He's had his chance. That's a fair point. Stefan Harringtonio says, made up rumours on the internet? Surely not. Don't know what that's in reference to, Stefan, but good to see you, matey. You're talking about Kante rumours, those absolute garbage rumours to do with N'Golo Kante. What a shambles. Simon Cowie says, Pig, we won't have any fans at the game because all trials are to be postponed or even cancelled until further notice. That came from the government. Oh, okay then. So definitely no possibility of having a trial attendance then. I mean, there was a story yesterday that we were applying, but I mean, I cannot see that it would be allowed anytime soon. Gracie says, Telles has more experience, so I think we should go for him. It's what United need. Very true. I mean, he is more experienced. He does have a lot of games under his belt. Ryan Martin says, hey there, is there any truth in Kante interest, or do you think it's silly shit rumours? It's silly shit rumours, Ryan Martin. It's going to line the bottom of the birdcage tomorrow with a big old piece of poo on. That's what it is. It's absolute garbage paper talk, my friend. No way Chelsea would let Kante. I hope I eat my hat on that one. I hope I have to eat my hat, lads and lasses, and I will eat my hat. No, I won't. But I'd love to eat my hat on that one if Kante signed, because he is a good player and I would take him. We need that sort of player. I've been crying out for that sort of player for a while. But is it the right player right now when he's injury prone and will cost a lot of money? There's probably better ones out there, such as Thomas Partey, who would make more sense as a signing. Welsh Red says, if you could keep Bale fit, he would be amazing. Are you a little bit biased there, Welsh Red? No, he's done amazing things for your country, to be fair. He's always looked majestic for Wales. And he's been majestic for Real Madrid, especially when Ronaldo was still at the football club. Like, after Ronaldo, they sort of got on his back a little bit, and it's not been the most pleasant of working environments for Bale. But while Ronaldo was still there, wow, Bale was such an unbelievable talent. G-Will says, Bale is 31, isn't he? Are you serious? Is Gareth Bale 31? Nah, mate. Is that true? Let me just search that, because that makes me feel old as fook. I look at Gareth Bale as a whippersnapper, lads and lasses. Oh my god, Gareth Bale's 31! What the bloody hell was going on? Oh, we're aging, guys, at a ridiculously rapid rate. What's going on? Seriously. Gareth Bale's just turned 31. Holy shit. Anyway. That is old. Gungshi, thank you, mate. He says 182 likes. Can we get to 200? Nice one, Gungers. Yeah, if you've not hit that like button yet, please do smash that thumbs up on the video. 2-foot tackle it like Roy Keane. And give it a cheeky little like. That will help this and boost this channel out loads. Appreciate it. Yasin Hani, thank you so much, Yasin. You're a legend for saying that. He says, great channel. Aslan Akhtar says, I'm 42. Mate, we're getting old, aren't we? And we're getting old, and these whippersnappers like Gareth Bale are 31 now. How old does that make you feel? I'll tell you what, my missus sent me a meme yesterday, actually. Shout out to Mrs. P again. She's gone to sleep. But she sent me a meme yesterday saying, Scary Movie. The film, the comedy film, Scary Movie, with the Wayans bros in and stuff. That's 20 years old now. 20 years old. Unbelievable. And the Twin Towers, you know, the September 11 attacks that happened in 2001, that's 19 years tomorrow, guys. 19 years tomorrow those attacks happened on the World Trade Center. I can remember it like yesterday. It's so weird, isn't it, how much time flies like that? Gung, she says, wrap Mr. Soccer around that like button, lads and lasses. Mommy! Vincent Bullock says, I'm 39. Who's the oldest person in the live chat then, and who's the youngest? Get your ages in if you want. You don't have to share. I'm just curious to see who is the oldest member of this Bacon Brigade, and who is the youngest member of the Bacon Brigade. Shout out to all the Bacon Brigade, by the way. Cameron Level says, Zlatan at 38, still great. Zlatan after 30, better than Zlatan before 30, in my opinion, which is mental. But Zlatan after 30, better than Zlatan pre-30, which is mad. 36 is Joseph Misko. Lucy Gale Brave, shout out, she's 23, she's a young'un. Seaborn Glacias, 26, is a young'un. Jonathan Gallagher, you are a whippersnapper, sir, at 19. Batman Night Fans, 37. Screenshot Mania 69, dudes. Shout out Screenshot Mania 69. Is he serious? Momin Saeed says 18. Gandhi says 30. There's nothing wrong with being 69, by the way. I'm just making sure you are the oldest in the chat. Ryan Martin says 24. Red Devils 29. Jim Joe Bobby 43. Ill United 38. Welsh Red 61. We've got a contender. Ryan Berber's 29, Stoic P. Mala 37. Sorry, this is taking a funny direction, this stream, but I just want to know how old everybody is who's watching. Mickey Ashmead's 57, shout out Mickey. Yassi Hani 21, Alan Spence 48, Shia Bonga Unduv's 22. The Kante is 16. Scoojo1 says 4. Yeah, I doubt that one, Scoojo1. But hey, shout out. Everybody's older than like 19 anyway. So I was expecting maybe there are a few teenagers in here, but mostly everybody's an adult here, which is cool. Lucy Galebrave, I am 33 now, Lucy. I just turned 33 a few days ago, actually. Same birthday as Brandon Williams and also Charlie Sheen. And who else was there? There was somebody else. I've forgotten now. But I just turned 33 a few days ago. Right, anyway, guys, thank you so much for everybody that's tuning in. Smash that like. I've got a few more bits to cover, actually. So sorry this is a long video tonight. This is a bit of a long one. I apologise. I just wanted to talk about Sancho a little bit. We haven't done that so much. But BVB Buzz on Twitter, basically all things. It's just a fan network. It's part of Borussia. You know, it's basically drip-fed, again, from Borussia Dortmund here. They have tweeted out tonight just simply saying Borussia Dortmund will not entertain any potential offers for Jadon Sancho this summer. The player does not give any impression of wanting to leave either. If Manchester United are really planning a bid this summer, they can save themselves the trouble. And that's from Funky Sport. So, you know what? It's just bullshit, isn't it? Look, United are going to go and put in a 120 million offer and we're probably going to get him. There's no way in their right mind they'll turn down that money during this pandemic as well for Jadon Sancho. United have to pay it. It's a lot of money, but there's no way that I really do believe we're going to go for that now. I do believe we're going to go for it and put that 120 million down. I also want to talk about Fred. Fred had a little interview recently. When was this? It was today, I believe. And he just had a few things to say about the signing of Donny van der Beek, which I wanted to bring up. Donny van der Beek, he says, it means we're getting stronger, and that's good for everyone at Man United. We need more players for this season because it will be even more demanding. The calendar is crammed, and we need a strong squad to compete for every title. Fred speaking absolute sense there. There was some talk about maybe Fred leaving to go to a Turkish team, but I don't really see the basis for that. I genuinely believe Fred will be part of the team this season because he was actually really good last season for a few months. He was a bit poor at the end, but so were a few of the other players. He was a big player player for us in the middle of the season. So I think Fred is going to be a good backup. We have got Donny van der Beek in now. He should be hopefully a better quality player. We'll see. Fred's been a good player for us, but I like Fred because he's very versatile. He's useful. He's good at everything. So I'm happy to keep Fred around the football club. I think he's definitely a good squad player for United, Fred. Is he a world beater? Is he ever going to be a starter in a Champions League final? No, not for me. But as an overall squad player to help over the course of a season in various games and competitions, Fred is the man. Illy United says, Fred the Red. Get in there, Illy United, you Legionde. What top lad. Shout out Illa, by the way. He's been watching this channel for years, man. Illy United, you bloody hero. By the way, you've got a certain Juan Mata vibe about you, Illa. I'm just going to say that right now. Lucy Galbraith, or maybe Rick Grimes out of... Rick Grimes, possibly. You know, I don't know. Lucy Galbraith says, big up, Fred. Nice one. Esther McGrath. Yes, Esther, 75 years of age. Shout out to Esther McGrath, by the way. Everybody put a love heart in the live chat for Esther McGrath tuning in, because I believe she's the oldest person in this live chat right now, which is a brilliant achievement. So shout out to you, Esther. Gaz G comments, Fred might start in the Champions League, not for United though. Can't see that anytime soon. Fair one, yeah. Well, look, we have to see. We'll have to see what happens with Fred. I think he's a good player. Edwin Kamal says, what position do you think we will finish with only Sancho and Van der Beek? I think probably those two. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll also get a left back as well. But I don't know about the centre back link. I really don't. Right, let's just check my latest information here, see if anything has come through the old network here. I think we're all good. I don't think there's anything new here that's anything too pressing. But yes, look at this. Sky Sports reporting that Liverpool have held positive talks with midfielder amid Barcelona talks with Wijnaldum. So Liverpool have held positive talks with Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp over his future at Anfield. Wijnaldum has. The pair had a meeting on Wednesday concerning the prospect of him staying with the Reds. Wijnaldum has 1 year remaining on his current deal. Yeah, okay, the only reason I'm reading this is because obviously Barcelona are being linked with Thiago, and Liverpool, of course, are being linked with Thiago, and Barcelona want Wijnaldum, and Liverpool want Thiago, and if Barcelona get Wijnaldum, then Liverpool will most likely get Thiago. But I think Manchester United should be trying to get Thiago. Absolutely, I do. Just like Gary Neville, I completely agree with what Gary Neville said. Right then, folks, that's all of the latest transfer news tonight. I'm going to just dive into the comment section for a few more minutes. I'm not going to stay on too long, but I want to try and reply to as many of you legends as possible. Really appreciate you all taking the time to get in here and watch and comment. There's over 200 of you in here right now, still at midnight. So you're a bunch of sick-ass mofos, everyone. Thank you for getting in here and tuning in. Okay. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys want to ask. If you want to ask something quickly, I'll be here for a few minutes. We might as well see the new day into Thursday or whatever. So happy Thursday, everybody, for 30 seconds time. And get your opinions and thoughts in. Asan Akhtar says, Pig, you're in Fergie time. We're in squeaky bum time right now, mate. I might have to have a poo after this. No, I'm only joking. Thank you, Maurice Varela. He says, cheers, Pig. Cheers to you too, Maurice. Smash that like button, everybody, and subscribe, says Gandhi. Thank you, Gandhi. Yeah, hit that like on it, lads and lasses. Let's see if we can get over 200 likes on this stream come the end of it. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. If you haven't seen this channel before, smash that subscribe button and get involved, because it's a great community. We cover United daily. We do an afternoon stream around about 3 p.m. talking about all the latest United news. We also do an evening transfer show around about 9:30, 10 p.m, somewhere around there, where we discuss all the latest transfer goings on of the evening as well. So there you go, guys. A lot of good topics covered. JP says Thiago just went through United as a price boost and wage boost. I agree with you, JP. That's it. That's what he used us for. Used us as a little leverage bitch. That's basically what he used us for, JP. You know, it's like he's ordered one of those tarts on his arm to walk past an ex-girlfriend or something down the high street. That's basically what it is. You know, it's just all bravado. Thank you, Gaz G. He says, happy Friday, Pig. It's Thursday, isn't it? Or where you're watching from in the world, is it Friday already, is it? Gungshi says it's 7 a.m. Friday morning here, Pig. Oh, okay then. So you were right then. So it is happy Friday. Happy Friday, Gaz G. Happy Friday, Gungshi, mate. 7 a.m. on a Friday? That's nuts. Fair play, mate. You're literally in the future, Gungshi. Can you tell us if we signed Sancho, please, Gungshi? Did we sign Sancho? Cameron Lewis, Benetton, party time. Adam Maloney says, who do you think realistically United will buy? Okay, end of the window. This is my realistic probable signings. I think we will end the window having signed Van der Beek, having signed Reguilon, and having signed Sancho. That's what I think. Get in there, my son. Ill United says 200 likes. Thank you, Gatsby. Thank you, everybody. We smashed it. Really appreciate you all for getting in here and watching the vid. Vincent Bullock says, what a big chair you have. All the better to sit on, dear. That's the shittest version of the Little Red Riding Hood you've ever seen, isn't it? That's make quite a good little Christmas story, actually. Maybe we should make a Christmas story on the channel. Call it Little Red Riding Ollie. And he's got to navigate his way through the transfer forest. And this big wolf, Jose Mourinho, comes after him, dressed as a, it could work. It could work. There's some legs to that. Hey, good day, great Screenshot Mania, 9 a.m. Or is that 9 p.m? But either way, in Australia, it's 9 a.m, isn't it? Yeah. Shout out, Screenshot Mania. Have a great day then, mate. It's only early days over in Aussie, mate. Stick another shrimp on the barbie, son. Go on, Cobber. Have a tinny on me, son. Actually, they don't really say that, do they? Don't say son, but have a tinny on me, mate. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, I see you played Knifey Spoony before, mate. Gandhi says, is it midnight, Pig? It's Friday. It's midnight, mate. Yes, indeed. It is Thursday. Oh, no, it's Friday. Shit. I've lost track of the days, guys. There's me saying it's Thursday and everyone was in the future. No, it's just because I've melted and I've forgotten what bloody day of the week it is. It's actually Friday, guys. It's not Thursday. It's Friday. Sorry, guys, it's Friday. Hey, Adam Maloney, love to you from Ireland as well, bro. Really appreciate it. Mr. Hoss says, would you take Memphis back? You know what, Mr. Hoss? If we don't get Sancho, then yeah, I probably would for the season, actually. I actually would for the season if we don't get Memphis back. Sorry, if we don't get Sancho. But no, I think we should be going to get Sancho, you know. Sayabunga Unlam says it's 1 a.m. on Friday. Awesome. Gungshi says, put another shrimp on the Barbie Pig. Gaz G says, lost the plot, Pig. You know it, Cobber. Going over to Darwin later, mate. You coming to Darwin with me, Cobber? Scoojo1 says, Melter. Gaz G says, that's right, you bunch of Sheilas. Put a like on the video, you Sheilas. Hey, nice one. What I bloody love Aussies, by the way. What a great bunch of people. I must just say that. Any Aussie I've ever met has been sound as a bloody pound. Honestly. Any Aussie I've ever met has been absolutely sound as they come. I don't know if anybody else has found that. Is that true? I mean, there's got to be some twats out there, like anybody, like anywhere. But every Aussie I've ever met, been sound as a bloody pound. Yeah, Asan says, Pig wouldn't give a 4x. No, I wouldn't take Fellaini back, JP, mate. The only way I'd take Fellaini back is if we needed a new bog brush at my house. Or Manchester United toilets. Gungshi says, I do that all the time. Comes with the territory when you've got weird sleep patterns. Oh, Pig, sorry, I thought you said pie. Pig, yeah. I know what you mean, Gungshi. It's an absolute mess up, to be fair. Screenshot Mania says, if we get Thiago, who would you go out of the squad? Okay, it's a very good question. I would probably, because we're going to have too many players there. I mean, Matic will be going in a year or two anyway, but he has just signed a new contract, really. I would say that the player to go out from Manchester United's squad, should we sign Thiago, would unfortunately be Fred. And I know I was just bigging Fred up and saying he's good to have around the squad, but he would very rarely get opportunities, I think, with all those midfielders in the squad if we did get Thiago as well, like Van der Beek and Thiago and Matic and McTominay and Pogba, you know, so I really don't think Fred would have a game if that was the case. So I think probably Fred would be the man to miss out there, because I think McTominay's got a real good future. Joseph Misko, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. He says, Mr. P, who is going down this season? Very good comment, very good comment. Okay, so I think, personally, I think Leeds are going down. I do think Leeds are going down. I also think maybe Aston Villa. I think they were a bit fortunate to stay up, and probably Fulham as well. I'll go Fulham. So two of the newly promoted teams, and one of the teams that just survived relegation last season. That's what I'll go with. It's a good comment, actually. Who do you think is getting relegated, lads and lasses, this season, if you care? Ryan C, thank you, Ryan. He says, good night and God bless Pig and the gang. Legend, Ryan C. Thank you so much for being a part of the gang, mate. The Baker Brigade salutes you, sir. Rachel Boswell, that's a little bit strong then. Nice one, Rachel. Shashmeet Shrestha says, I would rather let go of McTominay rather than Fred, though. Fair play, yeah, I can understand it, but I just think McTominay's got a real good sort of character about him. Good character in the squad, good leader, good bottle on him. Gaz G says, Leeds down, yes. Gunshi says, Leeds, Liverpool and shitty, I hope. The Green Devil says, think we should spend the Sancho money elsewhere? I mean, yes and no. I think if we'd have spent the money at the start of the window elsewhere, we could have been better placed now if we'd have brought 3 players in, including Donny. So you spend 120 million on 2 other players, 60 million pound players, say, in 2 other positions, centre-back and CDM. That way you might have been better placed than just signing Sancho. But Sancho's a special player who's 20, so it's a great asset to have for the next 12 years. So if you get Sancho at the club, he's going to be brilliant for us, I think. G Wolf United, he says, Brighton are not going down, bro. Oh, you never know. I think they actually done all right last year. I think Brighton are going to finish 15th. Screenshot Mania says, Pig, make the EPL prediction and give me some prawn on the barbecue. Hey, nice one. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I am going to do a Premier League prediction video probably tomorrow, actually, lads and lasses. So keep a lookout for that. I'll do a Premier League prediction video with my thoughts and opinions on what's going on for United, but also the rest of the other teams in the league. So I will make a prediction of what I think is going to happen with the season. So keep a lookout for that as well. Batman Night Fang, thank you. Ryan Burbspin 9, you legend. Appreciate that, dude. Cress Welsing says, I'd give Mengi a shot. I would too. Hopefully we do. We should be looking to bring through youth talents. Welsh Red says, spend it on the defence. Good shout, Welsh Red. Mark Food says, only Chavsky will outspend us. Probably right, actually, Mark Food. Come the end of the window, you're probably right. I hope you're right, anyway. JP says, Spurs are going down. Well, with that Portuguese melt, Mr. Binho is in charge. You never know. Jonathan Gallagher, I love chicken pizza, mate. Yes, in the United. Shreshfar says, would you rather let go Mata or Lingard? Lingard 100%. He's absolutely pitiful. Rachel Boswell says, Sancho is the man. He's coming. I hope you're right, Rachel. Hope so. Hopefully next couple of days. Jim Joe Bobley, Fulham, West Ham and West Brom. David Moyes. You cannot go wrong with a David Moyes pick. I should have thought about that. I should have thought about Moisey being close to relegated. I don't know when I'm dropping another rap song, actually, Maurice Farello. Just keep a look. Watch this space. You never know. I might do one soon. Carlos Pereira says, Tellez is top-notch. Good man, Carlos. I would hope we get him if we don't get Reguilon. I do like Reguilon. He's just got into the Spain setup as well, which I like at 23 years of age. Goes to show you must be a very good player. Because Tellez is 27 and only had 1 cap for Brazil. But to be fair, he is coming up against stern opposition like Marcelo's just been there. Left back for like a decade now, hasn't he? Yeah, nice one, guys. Gaz G, Simon Cowie, 8563, Robbie. Hey, how you doing, man? Great to see you in here, buddy, as well. I agree, Adam Maloney. Twanzebe over Lindelof as well. Cress Welsing says, Pig, I have to love you and leave you. Naomi Osaki is in the US Open. Big up in all the comments. Legend Cress Welsing. Enjoy watching that, my friend. And thank you for getting in here throughout. Cress Welsing, everybody. Jonathan Gallagher, Adam Maloney, Shane Rudd, Mark Voot, JP, Gazji, Asan Akhtar. And that's it. Thank you, Asan. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Pig is back with a brand new dissin. Absolutely. Thanks everyone for watching. LA Brit, yes, you legend. Yes, LA Brit. Great to see you in here, LA Brit. He thinks Tellez is better than Reguilon. Well, look, I haven't seen all that much of either player to really give you a fair example. I'm not one of these bullshit artists that's just going to say, oh yes, I spent the last 2 years over on a scouting mission in Portugal, and I've been watching Alex Tellez play week in, week out. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to give you my legit honest opinion based on the careers they've had so far and what I have seen. But that's great that you think Tellez is better. I hope that if he is better, I hope that we get him then. Thank you, the Green Devil. I think 2 more players. Ryan Martin, I would take him TT if we don't get anybody else at centre-back. I would, but I think he's got injury prone, and I do rate him, but I think there's probably better players out there for us right now. But if the money's right, you never know. Gungshi, you're a bloody legend. You stay classy. Have a great evening, Gungers. Rest up, matey. Hope that back feels better, and you just stay classy and take care over there in Taiwan, my friend. Oh, yeah. Gungshi, what a top lad. Ryan Berber, Spin 9 as well, the latest mod. Great stream, everyone. Pig Fight, Miss 528. Yes, he is worth getting for 25 to 30 million, I think. Joshua Commander says Reguilon's better than Tellez. Well, there you go. We've got a little bit of conflict here. I personally think Reguilon's the better option. And I agree with you, Illy United, as well, actually. I do think he's the better option, too. Night Welsh Red, Simon Cowie, Illy United, Mark Fruit, Jarvis Cocker, Adam Maloney, Scujo 1, Bruno Kovacevic, Matt Rush, LA Brit, everyone else, JP, thank you so much, JP, G Wolf, Gungshi, Just before you go, smash that thumbs up button, lads and lasses. Leave a cheeky little like rating on it. Come back in a few minutes. Get your say and thoughts in about anything we've discussed in the live chat. Who do you want? Come back in a minute and answer in the not live comments. Don't be putting in the live comments. Come back in a minute and post it after the video in the not live comments. Reguilon or Tellez, and tell me why. Reguilon or Tellez, and tell me why. And also, do you think you're getting Sancho? Smash a like on it, lads and lasses. Hot shot. Yes, mate. Shout out Hot Shot. What an absolute legend. Alex Norman getting in it. Great to see you, buddy. Gazby, Miz528. Illy United, everyone, that's going to be it from me. Thanks for watching this transfer show. Same time tomorrow. I'll be here in the afternoon as well with a transfer video. And like I say, I will be doing a Premier League prediction video soon too. So keep a lookout, guys. Hit that like, subscribe, smash that subscribe button, click the bell icon, and I will see you very, very shortly. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Thank you very much for watching. And you stay classy, everyone. Nice one, Stefan Harringtonio. Thank you, matey, for that. Aaron Homeyard, shout out to you and Mary, mate. You have a great evening as well. Thank you, Aaron, for all your efforts in getting in here, buddy, and all your support. Adam Maloney, Ryan Burberspin, Screenshot Mania, Asan Akhtar, Ellie Britt, Joshua Commander, G-Wolf, Vincent Bullock, and the Green Devil, a.k.a. Mr. Absinthe. We love it. Nice one, Asan Akhtar, too. Right, that's it from me, guys. This is the Patreon credits, just to say thanks to everyone that supports this show on Patreon. There will be a Patreon-only podcast coming soon as well for anybody that's interested in that. Just as a little thank you to the patrons. And also, Tier 2 channel members on YouTube also appear on this list. Shout out everybody, though, for watching and getting in here. I feel like we had a really good back and forth. I liked it how I was able to respond to everybody's comments tonight, because sometimes it gets a little bit crazy in this live chat. So I was pretty happy with the amount of interaction we had, guys. Thank you so much to you all for stopping in here and giving me your thoughts and having that banter and back and forth with me. You're a bunch of top lads and lasses. See you on the next one. Smash that like, subscribe, and check out the social media channels. All the links in the descriptions, and I will see you very, very soon. Pig out.